Today I'll be showing you some of my DVDs and talking about my favorite movies. First up is one of my favorite comedies, Black Dynamite. It's a 2009 action comedy starring Michael J. White, who is also a martial artist and holds 7 black belts. Black Dynamite is an homage and parody of the blaxploitation film genre. The plot centers on former CIA agent Black Dynamite, who must avenge his brother's death while cleaning the streets of a new drug that is ravaging the community. It has some of the funniest scenes that I still quote to this day. I highly recommend watching it if you haven't already. It's definitely a wild ride, so be prepared for some outlandish comedy. The film was also made into an animated series by the same name. I think it was running until 2015. I still need to check it out. Please let me know if you watch this film. Keep in mind that this movie and the others that I'm going to talk about are not suitable for children. Now shifting gears from comedy to a 1995 sci-fi thriller called Strange Days. I think this might have been the first time I saw Juliette Lewis in a film. This or Natural Born Killers. Strange Days is about a former policeman, Lenny Nero, who has moved into a more lucrative trade, the illegal sale of virtual reality-like recordings that allow users to experience the emotions and past experiences of others. It was directed by Catherine Bigelow, and the screenplay was written by her and James Cameron. I haven't seen this movie in years, but there is some scenes that I'll never forget, and even back when I watched it, I thought the premise of these virtual reality recordings was ahead of its time and very sad but interesting. This movie was actually a blockbuster bomb, and almost derailed the director's career. But over time, more people have praised the movie and she was the first woman to win Best Director at the 22nd Saturn Awards. So, if you like gritty, intense sci-fi thrillers, this is the one to watch. Next is a similar feeling movie. Memento is a 2000 mystery thriller written and directed by Christopher Nolan. It was based on a story written by his brother. I also liked Christopher Nolan's Inception. This movie stars Guy Pearce and Carrie-Anne Moss, who was in the Matrix. A man with short-term memory loss attempts to track down his wife's murderer with the tagline, "Some memories are better forgotten. Some memories are better forgotten." This is such a unique movie in the way it was filmed, and even the plot is very powerful with a non-linear narrative. It delves into themes of memory, identity, and the subjective nature of the truth. Memento was widely praised for its unique storytelling, intricate plot, and Nolan's direction. It has since become a cult classic, and it's often cited as one of the best films of the 2000s. The film received numerous awards and nominations, including 2 Academy Award nominations for Best Original Screenplay and Best Film Editing. I highly recommend checking it out if you like neo-noir psychological thrillers. Next up is one of my favorite films, Battle Royale. It's a 2000 action thriller directed by Kinji Fukasaku and based on the novel of the same name. It's basically an R-rated Hunger Games before Hunger Games even came out. The film is set in a dystopian future where Japan is in a state of collapse. To control the unruly youth, the government enacts the Battle Royale Act. Under this act, a class of junior high school students is chosen at random and sent to a deserted island. They are given weapons and are forced to fight to the death until only one student remains within a 3-day period. Battle Royale delves delves into themes of trust, betrayal, the nature of violence, and the challenges of adolescence. The film is a commentary on the generational divide, societal decay, and the lengths to which the government might go to maintain control. It was controversial when it first came out, but it has gained a cult following and is considered a modern classic in the realm of dystopian cinema. It has been influential and has inspired various other works in film, literature, and even video games. There was a second one called Battle Royale 2 Requiem, but I did not like this one as much as the first, but I definitely recommend watching the first one if you don't mind violence. There was also a manga from 2000 until 2005 that expanded the story, offering additional character development and subplots. Next up is Akira, which I've mentioned in one of my first videos a long time ago, since I also have the manga. It's a 1988 sci-fi action film directed by Katsuhiro Otomo, or Otomo. My apologies if I pronounce anything wrong in this video. Set in a post-apocalyptic Tokyo, now called Neo-Tokyo, the story revolves around two teenage friends, Kaneda and Tetsuo. After a motorcycle accident, Tetsuo develops psychic powers, which leads to him being taken by the military for experiments. As his powers grow, Tetsuo becomes increasingly unstable, posing a threat to the city and its inhabitants. The themes of the movie are power and corruption, youth, rebellion, and post-war Japan. The destruction and reconstruction of Tokyo serves as allegories for post-World War II Japan. Akira is credited with introducing bring anime to a global audience. Its success outside of Japan played a significant role of bringing anime and manga to the West. If you're interested in cyberpunk, dystopian futures, or just some groundbreaking animation, Akira is a must-watch. Here is another animated film from Japan. Princess Mononoke is a 2007 fantasy adventure film. The story follows a young prince who is cursed by a boar demon. To find a cure for his curse, he travels west and comes across Iron Town. Iron Town, a settlement that produces iron by clearing the surrounding forests. This industrial activity angers the forest spirits and the creatures living there, including a wolf god, Moro, and a human crow raised by wolves named Sun, referred to as Princess Mononoke by the townspeople. The film delves into the conflict between the industrializing humans and the nature spirits trying to protect their home. The movie has themes of man versus nature, coexistence, and duality. Princess Mononoke was a major box office success in Japan and held the record for the highest grossing film until it was surpassed by Spirited Away in 2001. Next up is the 2002 action thriller Kiss of the Dragon. Kiss of the Dragon, starring Jet Li and Bridget Fonda. Jet Li is one of my favorite actors. Kiss of the Dragon revolves around a skilled Chinese intelligent agent who is sent to Paris to assist a corrupt French police official, Inspector Richard, in apprehending a Chinese drug lord. However, things take a turn when Jet Li's character, Johnny, is framed for murder by Richard. On the run from both the French police and the mob, Johnny teams up with a girl named Jessica, who has her own grievances against Richard. Together, they seek to expose his corruption and clear Johnny's name. I really love martial arts films, so I also recommend watching Ong Bak with Tony Jaa if you haven't seen it already. Kiss of the Dragon received mixed to positive reviews from critics with some praising the action sequences and Jet Li's performance. Others felt the plot was formulaic. Kiss of the Dragon is a high-octane action film that combines Jet Li's martial arts skills with a narrative set in the heart of Paris. It offers thrilling fight scenes and a story of corruption, betrayal, and revenge. This next movie is more well known. Fight Club is a 1999 thriller drama starring Edward Norton and Brad Pitt. The film follows Edward Norton's character, who suffers from insomnia, and feels disillusioned with his white-collar job and consumer-driven lifestyle. On a business trip, he meets a soap salesman named Tyler Durden, played by Brad Pitt. The two form an underground fight club as a form of male bonding and rebellion against societal norms. The main themes are the duality of human nature, consumerism, masculinity, and mental health. The film features a distinctive visual style with many scenes characterized by dark, moody lighting and innovative camera techniques. When it was first released, it received some polarizing reviews. Some praised its boldness and unique style, while others found it problematic and confusing. Over time, the film has gained a cult following and is now regarded as a modern classic. It's often cited for its memorable quotes. The first rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club has become an iconic quote in pop culture. The last film I'll talk about today is one of the heaviest films. American History X is a 1998 crime drama starring Edward Norton and Edward Furlong, who I loved in Terminator 2 and Detroit Rock City. American History X is a powerful and controversial film that delves into themes of racism, redemption, and the cyclical nature of hate. Definitely a warning that this is a very intense film and has some very shocking scenes. This This film follows the life of Derek Vineyard, played by Edward Norton, a former leader of a hate group in Venice Beach, California. After being sentenced to prison for voluntary manslaughter, Derek reevaluates his beliefs and renounces his racist ideologies. When he's released from prison, he finds that his younger brother, Danny, played by Edward Furlong, is now following in his footsteps, being influenced by Derek's former gang and beliefs. The film is structured with a mix of present-day events and black and white flashbacks showing Derek's path into and out of the white supremacist movement. I really like this film because it shows how people can change and see from a different perspective. It's definitely an intense film, but it shows how dangerous hate can be. I hope you enjoyed listening to me ramble about movies. Hopefully this was relaxing and calming. Please comment below some of your favorite films. I'd love